Hello, my name is Daryl. I live in Austin, Texas. This is my review of the game War Thunder. War Thunder is a server-based game or online service-based game that you can play with either on PC or the PS4. This is mainly the PS4 version, which I normally play, which I play like I pretty much play the PS4 version. Um, so what War Thunder is, the era is World War II, and you can either do tanks or you can do aircraft. There, okay. If you're doing tanks, you only have three countries to choose from: United States, Germany, or the Soviet Union. If you're playing aircraft, you have the United States, um, Great Britain, Germany, Soviet Union, or Japan. I understand that they are going to bring in Italian aircraft eventually, which should be kind of cool because that would be kind of neat to see. I like to see them bring in Canada, though Canada would mainly use American and British equipment. Maybe see just to see the different countries, just to kind of give a different feel or something. But pretty much they got for the tanks. I wish they'd bring in the British tanks. The British actually had some pretty good tanks in World War II. That'd be kind of cool. But the game, what you find interesting is when you first start the game, the tanks, and they have 5 levels of aircraft to 5 levels of tanks, like you have level 1 aircraft, level 2 aircraft, level 3, level 4, level 5. Same as for the tanks. When you're playing everybody except the Americans, when you start off with level 1 aircraft, you start off with biplanes. But you're talking about like late 30s, early 40s biplanes. So these things, only the Americans start off with monoplanes from the get-go. Later on, and the way the game works is you fly more missions, you get research points. Use those research points to boost your aircraft, because the aircraft itself, you research better carburetors, better engines, better weapons, better stuff for that aircraft. And then whatever research points you don't use, it goes into researching aircraft. And you can use other points, you can use what they your other points to actually speed up research and stuff like that. When you research aircraft, you get better aircraft, or you can get different types of aircraft. You pretty much have fighters, multi-role, you pretty much have fighters, bombers, attack craft, and you have some multi-role fighter type aircraft. The controls are a little different. For the PS4, they're pretty good. You can do some modification to make it work the way you want, and once you get that done, it works out pretty good. And I actually kind of like it. There is a bit of a learning curve, especially flying aircraft. The one thing is when you do certain missions, then like some of the missions are you have to bomb out enemy bases, but you also have to you can take out enemy anti-aircraft, enemy tanks, enemy armored cars, stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Also, there are games where the whole object of the game is you try to take the enemy. There's 1, 2, or 3 air bases, and you take the air bases, and whoever has the most air bases, you can win different ways. Like with the air base missions, you shut down all the enemy aircraft, you win. But I've never seen that happen. It's not going to happen because you have too many people flying and playing. There is a bit of a learning curve on the aircraft stuff. You have different aircrafts. You have different techniques you need to fly. Like the bombers or the attack craft aren't as maneuverable as the fighters. And then different countries have different advantages for their aircraft. Like American aircraft are supposed to be really stronger, especially compared to the Japanese aircraft. Are faster, but they can't take as much damage. Stuff like that. They try to put some historical accuracies in it. It's a video game, so not everything's going to be perfect. That's why I don't sit there and win. The game overall is fun. I tend to play American aircraft. That's what I started with. And I'm not very good at doing fighter aircraft, so I end up getting my butt blown out of the sky a lot. Which is fine, but I also, I don't shoot that many people. I like doing ground strafing runs. When I get bombs are kind of cool because you can, when you, certain aircraft automatically comes to other aircraft, you research that aircraft until you can start carrying bombs. and then you can drop bombs on targets. You get points for that. You get research points. You get certain points for different things. It's pretty cool. Now, the tank levels doesn't have as much of a learning curve because it's pretty obvious. Most tank games are a little bit easier than aircraft games. But with the tank ones is it's a little different. There's some, I guess, somewhat realism because you have to be able to know where the weak points is and hit some of these tanks in the weak points. You can get better ammo to do stuff. You can also, like, doing the thing, you can switch to like an aircraft, and you can fly a fighter or a bomber or an attack craft. There's points you can start getting into research. You start calling, get radios to call artillery. So the tank part's pretty obvious, but the point is that the tank part is you just don't hit somebody and they blow up, and you have to hit them. You have to hit them in the right place. You can penetrate armor but not hit people, or just injure somebody, or damage the tank. And then if you set the tank on fire, you have to research fire extinguisher, so you can get fire extinguisher in your tank to put it out. That really, like, I had one tank. It's a really cold tank. It's an M2 tank with a lot of guns all over it. It's an early level. I haven't gotten to the level 2 tank yet. I've gotten up to the level 2 aircraft because I like the aircraft parts a lot too. I've actually, there's other stuff where you have like pretty much half tracks with anti-aircraft machine guns on them, and I'm actually taking a tank out with one of those. I actually had one game where I started with one of those and lasted the entire round with that. Because normally you have anywhere from 3 to 5. I think you have like 6 people, I guess, on your team. And as your tank or aircraft gets destroyed, it gets replaced. And so there's like overall, I think first off, it's a free game. Now you can pay to get extra bennies, but I ain't gonna do that. I might pay $5 to get a couple of things, but I probably won't. Then again, I might, who knows. But what's really cool about the game is, hey, it's free. If you want to pay extra, go at fire. Also, one thing I forgot to mention when you win stuff, your crew has levels, so you can level your crew up, and then you can level like you can see further, better vision, better G tolerance for aircraft, and you have better there's all sorts of little minor skills, which are pretty cool. And it makes your crew better. So when you go into combat, as you increase your level, you're gonna have more survivability. You're gonna hit more often. There's a lot of good things that go with it. Also, as you play the game, you get better at it. So when you go back to it, you'll figure it out. Overall, it's a good game. If you have PS4, download it for free. Have a lot of fun. I love the heck out of this game. I play this game every day for at least 1 or 2 hours a day. The game is a blast. I highly recommend this game. This game is awesome for the PS4. I did try it on my PC. The tank part was okay. It just didn't have the same feel. It's a great PS4 game. It's a great game to download for the console. The tank version for the computer works pretty well. Not a lot of issues with that. On the aircraft side for the PC version, I'm not happy with that, but on the PS4 version, both ones are awesome. If you have a PS4, recommend you download it, play this game. It is great. Have a great day.